Again, do another surprise live stream. Want to talk about the 30,000 price prediction. I think his name is Jihan Shu from Kinetic. I was just reading an article, and he was saying late late 2019 at $30,000 Bitcoin. Excuse me. Um, and if my phone's rocking back and forth, please understand I got my youngest with me right now, so I got one hand rocking him back and forth. My little 5 month toddler. So if you hear a baby crying in the background, if it gets too loud, I'll just cut it short. But just to let you guys know what's going on there. Um, but yeah, I want to talk about. I want to see what you guys think about late 2019 at $30,000 Bitcoin. Again, I've continued my stance that we will see the real move after the halving. Um, and again, his name is Jihan Shu, I believe, from Kinetic. And he's making the price prediction about 2019, $30,000 Bitcoin. But my stance is after the halving. Now, if we are talking about in late 2019, and I've actually seen people talk about $100,000 Bitcoin in late 2019, I've seen numbers uh, around there. Again, if this is what's occurring before the halving, look out. Now, here's the thing. This bull run to me is going to be a little bit more special. And the reason being is because of the big names that are really involved, and then the institutional investors. Um, I believe, and I said this maybe a little bit too early, but trillions of dollars are coming into the crypto market. Trillions. Okay. And that's just my belief. So we might see some crazy things in this bull run. Now, I'll tell you this. This is what I'm gonna do. Again, this is not financial advice. It's just my opinion. This is what I'm sharing with my brother, with my father. Um, Somewhere around middle 2021. All right. Again, of course, this is my plan. Okay, God willing, God willing. But this is my plan. I'm not trying to get ahead of myself, but you got to have a plan. By 2021, middle 2021, I want to be out of cryptos, at least 75 percent out of all my holdings in cryptos. Uh, Halving is like the World Cup every 4 years, right? So somewhere around middle to late 2022 or 2023, I want to get back in when cryptos come back down, right? It's been doing the same exact thing. So let's just say for fun, um, all-time high in this bull run, Bitcoin hit somewhere around 100K. Okay, please. I talk. I say this a lot in Twitter and in some of my videos. I talk about there's this season to plant, but there's also a season to reap the harvest. All right, and reaping the harvest is taking profits. Okay, now you can do the crazy marathon thing and stay in. But I like doing rinse repeat, because that's what smart money does. But it all depends on how much you're holding. For example, um, my brother's told me that he's holding, several Bitcoins. And he might do, I'll take 50% out and I'll leave 50% in. You know, that's not a bad move, but I'm just saying that all of my crypto holdings, at least 50 to 75% out, and then get back in late 2022, 2023 before the Bitcoin halving. You'll see the bear market happen again. and then it's rinse repeat, do it all over again. So that's what I'm looking at. That's the way I'm playing this. Again, everything could be different. Seeing the circumstance, see what happens. But if we're talking about a $30,000 Bitcoin by late 2019, before the halving, look out. I mean, look out, look out. It's going to be fun. I think 2020 is going to be fun. I mentioned something on the Secret Telegram too about the presidential election. Usually, the stock market it's. Listen to me. 2020 is going to be historical in a lot of ways. Okay, so just look at the markets, the financials. It's going to be really, really interesting. So, hey guys, what's up? What's up? I see your messages. I'm just doing surprise live streams now. I'm not even announcing, oh, I'm gonna go on here, you know. And then if you miss the live stream, you can always catch it. Again, if the phone's rocking a little bit too much, remember I got my youngest, my five, excuse me, my toddler. I'm rocking him back and forth, and he's being good right now. But if he starts getting out of hand and starts crying, I'll just cut it a little short. But he's doing really well right now. So I just wanted to talk to you guys, see how you guys are doing. Any news, Mac? Have you seen the bond yield curve? Yeah. Any news for XRP? I don't want to get too much into. Yeah, baby Noah. Yeah, he's doing good. Well, Noah right now is 3 years old. My youngest right now is 5 months, so I got two. But they both have the same condition, and which is a blessing, compared to the other kids that I mean, it's the same condition. They just got to go once a month to the children's hospital, and they take care of that condition. But um, you know, just a blessing. XRP, VeChain news. Um, to me, June is going to be something special. I like when Sunny Lou gives his little hints. And again, VeChain is not really about hype. Most of their projects coming out of that ecosystem is not about hype. So when you hear something about June, I hope it really gets the media attention that it deserves. I think I know who it is. And I don't want to talk about it. I'm trying to be more responsible. Some good. If you do the research, you can kind of figure it out. But we'll just wait and see. We don't need to kind of speculate and put rumors out there. Try to be a little bit more responsible about that. But talking about VeChain and talking about Ripple, if Bitcoin's at 30,000, if again, that's not what I'm really seeing. I think we kind of grazed to like 15,000, 16,000 late 2019, and then we after the halving we take off. Again, I know I sound like a broken record and almost redundant, but the Bitcoin cash halving right before the Bitcoin halving, April and May, to me it's going to be something. It's going to make this very, very interesting. So again, I'm talking about Bitcoin Cash in the low 100s. I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited because I see it right now in the 400s, and it fluctuates. But next stop should be around 600, $600. And I do think that Bitcoin Cash will be before the end of this year at least at $1,000, right? And then as we get closer, every day we get closer to the halving, it gets interesting, right? It gets interesting. So This right now. If you guys have been in this the bear market and you've been going through it, this is why you hold through that, and that's why you get excited during those times. You know, I know some of you are like excited. What are you talking about? It was a miserable time. When are we going to take off? Blah 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 blah. But see, you don't make the money in the best of times. You make the crazy returns in the worst of times when things are so cheap, so ridiculously cheap that you're like, what? I'm getting this for how much? Are you kidding me? While everybody's freaking out and everybody's going crazy, and you're just chipping away. You're just planting another seed here, another seed there, another seed there, and you're planting and you're planting, you're planting, and you're like a farmer. You're patient. You're patient. And then it's that time where you sit back and you're like, oh boy, it's getting close to harvest time. That's when it gets exciting, right? You don't want to FOMO into this. You don't want to plant during harvest time. So to me, this is really this is the fun time. As we get closer and closer, and I'm still looking at certain cryptos coming from the VeChain ecosystem, like Player, like Safe Haven, like OceanX, that you know that are interesting. And I think that to me, the one that's really, and if you've been following me for a little bit, the one that's really been catching my attention is Player, esports. I know the major things that are coming, like smart cities, AI, esports, virtual reality, all those things is what the major money, major investors are looking at and getting into. So when I see blockchain technology under the umbrella of blockchain mixed with esports, and I see the partnerships, and then I see Tim Draper, I see Fembucci, I see these names, I see Sunny Lu, I see VeChain. I get excited because that's the way I look at things for investments. And what I'm talking about is Player. I'm talking about Player. So, and the low market cap. I mean, it's got check mark written all over it. I'm like, check mark, check mark, check mark, check mark. That's the way I go at it. So really excited about that one. Just keep on accumulating. Um, and so again, now if we're talking about a $30,000 Bitcoin at the end of 2018, what do you think VeChain's price would be? Because I know a lot of you who follow me know that I'm big on VeChain. I know I have people that are holding VeChain, but if let's say by late 2019, and that's again before the halving. That means that this thing would have um, a lot of room. But if Bitcoin's at 30,000, where would VeChain be? Where would Ripple be? Um, so that's something to really look at and consider. See any questions? Kind of been talking a little bit. How's the audio? Can you guys hear me? What's up, guys? What's up? Player could pump it. Yo, listen to me. That's why in the last video I go, does anybody even remember what happened in the last bull market? Coins that you would have never ever considered, and you're like, what? This piece of crap coin pumped? Okay, so now when you have coins that are coming from a good ecosystem that I believe in, like VeChain, at sitting at $1 million, then you look at the partnerships, right? You look at the partnerships, you look at the niche esports. I mean, it's just like you start salivating. You know what I mean? You're like, what? Are you kidding me? This is one to consider. Just like when I was looking at Bitcoin Cash at $100, I'm like, what? Are you serious right now? But the thing is, and I know I talk about it now, and you guys really need to understand it's really a big deal. I don't understand why. You're going to hear like 2 or 3 months before the halving, people talking about the Bitcoin halving, the Bitcoin Cash halving. But why, if you know what's coming, why don't you talk about it now? Why don't you talk about it now so we can prepare for it now, so we can plant for it now, get the seeds now, and get the crazy returns on our investments? You know what I mean? But not everybody wants to. Not everybody wants to do that. Do I think VeChain will reach $1 at the no, not the end of this year. Not the end of this year. Um, if VeChain's at $1 by the end of this year, um, I would be no. That's almost like what people were telling me about a $5,000 Ripple. Uh, and it's not that I don't see. Now listen, VeChain's magic number is $1. All right, but not by the end of this year. And if anybody knows me, I am big on VeChain, but not by the end of this year. By the end of this year, I wouldn't be. I think VeChain is severely undervalued. Okay, VeChain should be uh, sitting at least 4 to 5 cents. It should be at least a penny. Okay, it should be sitting at least at 1 cent. Okay, but Cisco vet in June maybe. No comment. I mean that's that's a very popular one. Cisco's a lot of people that can actually see why it would be Cisco. But back to the price of VeChain at the end of this year. Here's the thing. This is what I'm trying to get at. Forget about the price of the end of this year. Okay? Look forward to 2020, middle 21 sec. That's where you should be looking at. Okay? Because that's where I'm looking at. Okay? Again, this is not financial advice. Everybody has their own, way of doing things, but I'm looking at late 2020, first quarter, second quarter 2021. And I already told you what I'm doing. I'm getting out, and then I'll get back in late 2022, first quarter, second quarter 2023, and not all at one shot. You know what I mean? I'll get back in here and there, nice little amounts, and wait for the next halving event, and just rinse and repeat, and that's what the whales have been doing. Okay, that's what the whales have been doing. Please do not get mistaken. Do not be mistaken. How everybody says this time it's going to be different. This time, like, everybody gets that greed. Whether it's the stock market, the real estate market, whatever market it is, it's going to be different. It's going to continue to go up. It'll never come back down. You missed it. Never, ever, ever. Or at least I tell myself, never chase. It always comes back. It always comes back. There's always price corrections. Always has been price corrections. Always will be price corrections. And that's why the rich keep on getting richer, right? They just keep on, and they do different cycles. They'll go from this investment to another investment, and it just goes round and round and round and round. Okay. Now, if you're doing like a 20-year plan, you might have a certain amount of Bitcoins that you're like, you know what? I know it's going to go up. I know it's going to go down. Certain people do that, but I'm just going to let this ride for like 15 years. Everybody's in a different case. You understand? To me, Bitcoin, again, not financial advice, it's my own opinion. Bitcoin is scarcity on steroids. Okay, scarcity on steroids. It's the digital age, the digital storage, digital gold. I mean, I cannot disagree with someone who can say, I'm going to put this certain amount and I'm going to let it ride for 15 years, 10 years. But hopefully that individual has other crypto so they can take profits from there. You know what I mean? And you just leave, maybe you want to leave a Bitcoin, just let it sit there for 15 years, maybe for your children, maybe for your grandchildren, thinking along, because to me it's mathematical that Bitcoin just keeps on going up and up and up because of the halving, the scarcity. Um, you know, the fiat just keeps on getting printed and printed and printed. Bitcoin is doing the opposite. So, you know, uh, low supply, high demand. I mean, it's just common sense. Digital age, it's all there. I mean, when you really sit back and think about it, it's really exciting. And how early we are, how early we are in this is amazing. Anybody got any questions? Let's see. Hold up, been pumping. Any word? Bitcoin. Okay, so Holo. Um, Again, listen. There's gonna be a lot of coins that are pumping. I, from my experience, I'm just going with what I know, what I've been researching. There's going to be a lot of coins to pump here, especially in the bull market, and you're going to see, you're going to be like, why is this coin even pumping? Now, there's going to be legitimate cryptos. Now, out of the majority of these cryptos, there's a lot of crap out there. Okay, and I'm not saying that about Holo. I'm just telling you that there's a lot of crap out there, and they're going to pump regardless. All right. Um, but I like putting my money in things that really have real world usage. So like VeChain, even Ripple. People hate on Ripple. The thing is, what I don't like. Here's the thing. A lot of people just regurgitate things that they hear and they don't even know why they don't like. For example, if I was to ask you why you don't like Roger Ver and why you like Charlie Lee, I would really want to understand that, because why? What is? Why would you like one and hate the other? Um, it's a little confusing to me. But a lot of people just hear something and they regurgitate it and like, oh yeah, I don't like this person, and you really don't even know why you don't like the person or the coin or this or that. It's just what you hear, and that's that's kind of sad how society just we really don't like to think for ourselves. We really don't like to do any research. But again, going back to, there's going to be a lot of coins that just pump. You know what I mean? A lot of coins that just pump. But in the long term, I see VeChain here for I mean, the partnerships, just real partnerships. DNVGL, PWC. Uh, the recent news about the Lord. Well, now we're going to hear about what's coming in June. Um, these things. This is not a joke. I mean, DNVGL has been, I think, in business for like over 100 years. I mean, you know about PWC. Um, Look at the names that that VeChain is tangled up with. That's how you got to look at these things, all right, and see that it's not just some picture, some project heads taking a picture with somebody, and you're like, oh my God, those days for over, right? Those days where we would see a picture with, somebody with somebody on an exchange, and they're gonna get listed or this or that. Those days are over for me. Okay, so we got to mature in this crypto market. Um, we learn from our mistakes. We all make mistakes. The key thing is to learn from our mistakes. Is Tron worth what you think? That guy, listen, he might be a scam artist. I'm not gonna mention the name. He might be what, but he sure knows how to pump his coins, man. Um, I, I stay away from that. That's just I don't get involved in that. I remember when they did what was that other one? It was Ocean something. I forgot the Justin Sun and the other guy. It was an Ocean, not Ocean X. It was Ocean something. Um, does anybody remember that one where they were gonna do like an airdrop, a one for one? They were given a hint, and that other token pumped. I mean, you see what they're up to. I mean, I don't know. I kind of stay away from that. I kind of stay away from that. Now, is there money to be made? It's risky, but you know, look what's going on with the other coin that he's yeah, BTT. Look what's going on there. You know, and then you kind of see CZ backing it up, and there's a lot of really strange things that are happening. You know what I mean? So um, XLM, I like XLM. Um, Again, uh, it's not a matter of, you know which one I really like, uh, Singularity Net. All right, we're talking about AI. We're talking about blockchain. We're talking about, I mean, that's one that I really, 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 really like. And you really don't hear too many people talk about it that much. But that one can be one that a lot of people are missing out on. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of legitimate coins out there. And you're kind of like, why are they so low right now? What's the correlation? Why is this price when this monster should be at a certain price? You know, why is it so severely undervalued? You got to remember, we are still in the beginning stages. I haven't Singularity Net. Let me see, Ben. Do you think XM will, with IBM will? Yeah, I mean that's where it gets tricky. You know, you got to see, will IBM continually need XLM? Will they need, or will they do their own things? Because remember, in business, there's a lot of shady things that happen. You know, once they figure it out, that's what I was trying to tell someone about the secret sauce. You know, when we were talking about Ripple, once they figure out how to do these things without the middleman, that's when it gets, like, okay, we don't really need you anymore. Thank you so much. Here's a certain amount. It depends on the deals. It depends on the partnership. Depends what's going on. Lisk. Uh, I haven't been following Lisk too much, uh, but I do speak to. Well, I haven't spoken to this gentleman in a bit because I've been kind of busy. But um, uh, the project head of Genie AI been doing a lot of work. But listen, again, when the bull market happens, everything pumps. Okay, everything pumps. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So look at some small market cap. I'll never forget this. All right, I had a real crypto OG tell me, you're talking about all these coins. And he goes, when the bull market happens, you're going to remember this. You're going to remember me. And I was like, okay, I was kind of like 50-50 what he was talking about, because I was so caught up with Lisk, and most of you remember, and I was talking about Pivx, and they all did great, and a lot of other coins did great. But there was these small market cap coins that I was like, oh my, what? That thing was not even, it was like half a cent, and it went to where? And then I was doing the math. I was like, my God, if I would have been on that and I would have put that. I mean, it would have been a crazy amount of return on my investment. Now, with that being said, it's still risky, So I like to diversify, and for me, what I've been doing since I've been doing a lot of research on VeChain, I'm looking at the small market caps that are coming out of the VeChain ecosystem, looking at the partnerships, look who's involved, look at the niche, what are they trying to do, and again, going back to the market cap, and I'm like, okay, so I'm getting prepared for that. Am I holding Bitcoin? Yes, I'm holding Bitcoin. Am I holding a Bitcoin Cash? Absolutely. And then, am I holding VeChain? Yes. But then I have some risky plays too that I'm not going to even mention because I don't want others to, just like, oh, I heard him talk about it, I'm going to go into it. You understand? And I'm not talking about Player, I'm not talking about Safe Haven, I'm talking about other coins that are just there like, wait a minute, there's a bull market. Usually, from what I've seen, everything kind of pumps. So you kind of dabble here and there, but I'm really excited about Player. Now, is Player? I want to see where Player's going to be at 2021. Honestly, I'm looking there. You understand? Looking at middle 2021, late 2020. I want to see where the price of Player's at. If it's at a half a cent, if it's near a penny, because if it is, it's serious returns on investment for not for pennies, All right, so that's just what I'm looking at. Do you have a plan to be involved in crypto in and out definitely, or do you have a number? Yeah, that's what I was talking about. By middle 2021, I want to be out of at least around 50 to 75% out of all my crypto investments. I want to be, because I look at the charts and see, we complicate things too much. We really complicate. It's really easy when you just simplify it. Look at the halving chart. Look at it. It's telling you what's been happening. All right. There's that bull market, and then there's the bear market, and then there's the time where you start accumulating. So again, not financial advice, but it's been doing this over and over in this short amount of time of this crypto market. Now, this one's going to be a little bit different. How long this bull market will last because of the big institutions that are involved. So this one, and I think if we play this correctly, we could enjoy. I'm not trading options right now, but this is something I'll get to that. I'm going to talk about that right now. That if we play this correctly, we take out. Oh, let me say it like this because I don't want to speak for anybody else. So if I play this correctly, I myself play this correctly, and kind of looking at the charts, go from cycle to another investment and see what happens. Take it out, then get into whatever's at a bargain. If it's real estate, get into real estate. If I see that the climate, the financial climate for options is there, then I'll get in there. But right now, all my attention is in the cryptos. Why? Because this is the best investment, in my opinion, right now. The best investment is cryptos right now. The percentages are crazy, okay? And people start thinking, oh, the best time to get into it is when, Bitcoin's at 50,000 or 60,000. Incorrect. The best time is when when everybody's freaking out and everybody's saying it's dead, it's over. That's the best time. When you see Bitcoin at 3,000, Bitcoin Cash at 100, even the one I don't like, which is Litecoin, which is having a halving in August, I believe, of this year, it was at $20. Those are the ones that you got to be like, wow, okay. So to answer your question, yeah, I'm planning to get out by mid 20, uh, 21 or late 2020, depending where it is, depending, let's say Bitcoin is at 100,000 or 70,000, 80,000. It's like, okay, if Bitcoin's at 80,000, imagine where VeChain's going to be at. All right. Imagine where Bitcoin Cash is going to be at. Okay. So, and then you start thinking about where, and I'll use myself as an example, and I'll use Bitcoin Cash. If I got in at $100, Bitcoin, and I got in at $100 for Bitcoin Cash, and Bitcoin's at 80, 70,000. Where do you think Bitcoin Cash will be? Somewhere close to 10, maybe 7, 8,000, 6,000. You got to start taking profits there. So it all depends. It all depends. But that's what I'm looking at, and then getting back into it during the bear market, because there will be another bear market and there will be another bull market, and then you just accumulate and just become richer and richer and compound interest, man. That's all it is. Yes, there is a Litecoin halving this year. There is. I believe it's August, and that's one of my reasons why it's we see it go from $20 to $100. That's I mean, we're used to these things in cryptos, but in other financial investments, that's like, wow, that's pretty good return on investment, especially if. So the halvings are a very big deal, very big deal, very big deal. All right, guys, 37 minutes. I hope you enjoyed this. Later. What do you use to off-ramp your profits? I'm not going to get into that right now, but lay some questions. What you want me to talk about for next live stream? Put them up on the comment. I might not respond to your comments, but I'll respond to it on the next live stream. All right, guys. I think my little one's waking up right now, so I gotta check up on him. And yeah, he's waking up. So let me let you guys go. Till next time. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow, maybe not, but we'll see. So I'll just pop up. But leave your questions on the comment bars, and I'll try to answer them on the next live stream. Again, till next time, everybody be blessed. Be blessed, and let me say this, be thankful for the things you have, and try to be kind and helpful to everyone around you, man. And spread some love.